Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie Presents. I am, of course, Shae the Red, sporting a little extra blue for CY, apparently. And my co-host, who is currently muted over there, CY.borg Valkyrie. How you doing?
Awesome. How you doing?
Good. This hat weighs like a bajillion pounds because I did not plan this out well enough.
Well, next time don't make a lead hat. That's all I'm
Fine.
saying.
It's fine, but it's pretty. It's got stitches. It's great. And of course, we're here
incredible.
Thank you. So note to anyone out there who likes to cosplay, don't try to build a hat in 3 hours. Just don't. It doesn't work out well, and it's very odd. So 3 hours worth of work.
But your hat looks even more authentic to Rokan's hat than mine does.
Thank you.
Yours has stitches and everything.
Yeah. I tried I stared at that and went, I think that's the only one I'll be able to make, and it's going to be a push, but we're going to try.
I feel honored that you took all the time to create a prop authentically representing my character. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what to say. That's wonderful.
What we do around here. If I had more time, I'd make a much better one. You have another character that I got very close to doing because that was impressive, but it was like I would have needed the hat and the pauldron. There was so much. It's like I can't do all. That's too much.
Just wait till you see Rokan's love interest.
Oh,
that would have been probably good to ask you for. Anyway, how are you doing today, Ben?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. It's a nice sunny day. First sunny day in a while. It's been raining nonstop for a long time. And today it's nice and sunny here in rainy Bogota. So I think that's a good portent of good seasons to come and good days to come for me. So I'm happy.
That's awesome. So we've got you here because you have a little book some people might know, maybe have heard of, called Rokan. And holy shit is kind of the way to describe this book, is just holy shit. So before I let you tell us what it's about, we're going to play your trailer so we can get people a little bit more hyped.
All right.
Heck yeah, that's the best way.
Okay. Play that one.
In collaboration with Tier 1 Comics, an all-new creative team brings the epic fantasy adventure of Rokan to life, combining high fantasy and heavy metal artistic styles and sensibilities with the action-packed, fun world of superhero comic books. Rokan is part fantasy, part superhero, and all metal.
Yeah. I've been knifed.
We have been knifed. Oh no, and we lost Ben.
He's back.
Kinda.
He's a little back.
He's almost back.
Damn it.
Stop removing him.
I didn't touch it.
Did you add him back?
No. You added him back 3 times.
Everything good, Ben? Maybe.
You know, I was myself.
Robot.
I'm on my laptop now, but lately my laptop hasn't been working very well, and strangely my cell phone doesn't lag and has better operating system. But today that's not the case. So today I'm on my laptop. I need to just buy a new laptop. That's what I
Yeah.
need to do as soon as
That's okay.
possible.
Look, we'll just try and get your book really well funded, and then
That
you
too.
can get that laptop. I like Mike Jimmy says, Red Valkyrie, we needed guests to talk about their comics. Nah, they'll see themselves
Pay
out.
for a new man for better internet.
All right, Ben, why don't you let us know a little bit more about what exactly Rokan is about?
Nobody can kick me off your stream. I just duck out. That's the way I see it.
Oh my, we are super lagged.
We are indeed.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
We're gonna roll with it.
Go with it.
So what?
Look at Mo. Listen here, Mo.
So
I
we
tried to
played the
build a hat
trailer.
drill.
You said a minute ago that everyone's reaction.
Yep.
This is shaping up to be a rough stream.
The hat looks amazing.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, so there's
Forever grateful to you
about
that you created a Rokan hat with stitch that follow back angles that
we have tried we try around here. Okay, so we've probably got about a 10 to 15 second delay.
There is something huge going on, yes.
Lots of dead air.
Can you hear me now?
What did you say? Sorry, we've got a what?
About a
I can hear you
10
guys.
to 15 second delay from whenever we talk to when you actually hear us.
And respond.
I know.
That's way too long.
It is very long, yes.
But we'll figure something out. Just ask me a question, and then I'll answer the question, and I just won't go on any rants.
Okay. Tell us
I
your
don't think
pitch.
that's it, because I was just on my cell phone, and that's usually a lot faster. Here's the
Tell us your pitch for Rokan.
pitch is Rokan is that holy shit story that as soon as you see the art, as soon as you read what the story is, you can't believe that you've never heard of these guys before. But the thing is that Max and I have never done before. That's the only reason, because we're going to be the next big thing, because this is the best story you've ever heard, the best artist you've ever seen. The story basically is that Rokan grows up learning to be a wizard in a society with two caste system, older brothers and younger brothers. And so he wants to be a wizard, and he's meant to be a wizard, but it's cast of being a wizard. He kills someone. And so as a result, he's told that he has to be a younger brother, so he has to go and learn how to fight and be a warrior. And so he combines yeah, I'll tell my internet to snort some cocaine. Unfortunately, that's not how technology works or how narcotics work. But basically, Rokan has to combine the two worlds of being a warrior with being a wizard. And he's not supposed to, so he shakes things up and in his religion. He's a superhero because using magic in fight makes him super powered and makes him a better fighter than everybody else. "10 seconds.
Shae, you can talk too.
Maybe we should have. I know Tier 1 Comics is watching and commenting. Maybe we should just have him hop in. I know his internet will be a lot quicker. That way we won't have dead air, and he can talk. That might be the move.
If that's what you'd like, that's totally fine by me. Yeah,
I mean, for
this is definitely a little bit rougher than
because I'm really not fault of my own, because I lately problem, so I don't know what's going on today, but yeah, that might be the best thing for the show.
All right, Shae, are you gonna be working towards that?
So I just sent him the link. We'll see when he can jump in and get here. But while we're waiting, one of my main questions is this done traditionally? Because
On
this
that,
all
Del.
looks painted.
Yeah, it's all painted. Max hand paints traditionally every page.
That's insanity. This is absolutely gorgeous. That's the biggest reason why I ended up backing was because I haven't seen a comic that looks like this before, and it's jaw-dropping.
This time that we'll sell it, because trying to get this book in as many hands as possible. If you're on the fence at all, you better hop on, because prices are going up by the time issue 2 is ready.
Yeah, we've got Mo in the chat saying $10 with free domestic shipping, and the art is that great. And he's never seen badass looking camels before. I want an original page now. Is that an option?
Literally, time will tell.
Right.
Camel, it's trip. It comes. Yeah, that's an option already. Here.
I think I heard a yes in there. So let's take a look.
So to make this more fun, Twitter is fucking up the link and not copying the part that he needs to actually get into this stream. It's only sending him directly to StreamYard because it's getting rid of the numbers at the end.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun.
Let me see if I have any better option.
This is crazy. This has got to be the most ridiculous stream that I think we've ever had.
Right.
North Free loves that trippy looking space turtle. That was one of the really amazing pages too. Mobig says he's wearing brown wizard gear because his internet is powered by turd magic.
Aww.
Yes, Twitter has been making life hard.
Read your DM, Shae.
No.
Oh, you suck. All right.
There we go. We got him in. I am so sorry. All of this is crazy today.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
Good, good. Can you guys hear me?
A little
yeah.
higher.
All right.
Just turn a little bit louder.
My boss came in to save me because my internet let me down.
This is crazy.
All right. I'm just gonna close my YouTube window there so everything's not lagging. Damn it, Ben, get some. We've had this problem. Ben's part of one of our other. We have this indie comics group, and Ben's always the lagging one in the group. It's funny because like I'll add somebody's comment to the chat or to the stream, and then I'll take it down and he'll put it right back up after I put it down.
That sounds about right. Okay, so how about you tell us a little bit more about
It's
about
been good
Rokan?
lately, man. I swear this is the first time in like a week this has happened.
Fake news.
Sure.
Yeah, so Ben pretty much said it. I guess he gave you guys kind of like the outline of what Rokan is going to be about. But what's really interesting about this story, and when Ben first came to me about it, what made it very interesting to me was the quote he had. By I always butcher the name, but it's right there on the
In the trailer.
yeah, no, well, it's actually right there on the Indiegogo page. I think if you scrolled up, it's the one where it says the people that have. Let's see, it's the quote about society.
Right.
And so what he did is he sent me an excerpt of the story before he even thought about making it a comic book. Yeah. So the society that separates its scholars from its warriors will have its thinking done by cowards and its fighting done by fools. And that's like kind of what he led his whole excerpt with. And from there on, I was plugged into his story and what he had to offer for it. This was before he had his artists. And he was trying to figure out, me and him both, like, we're checking all the Comicsgate channels, trying to figure out how we could both start our books. And Ben had this whole novel idea and was like, I want to make it a comic book. So he started off with that quote, and it's really, that quote says it all. It's this, the protagonist, Rokan, he's stuck between these two caste systems where there's like the older god that's represented by the older brother god, represented by the turtle, and a younger brother god that's represented by the ant. And the older brother god is like your scientists, your intellectuals, your druids, the ones that deal with magic. Your younger brother god is all the laborers, the warriors, and all that. And it's prohibited to practice both, so you have to be part of one or the other. And Rokan, he's part of the older brother god society and their caste system. And the conflicting part comes when Rokan wants to dabble in both because he feels there's a necessity to have and be a part of both.
Yeah.
Which obviously is the conflict in society. Each society thinks they're more important than the other, when in fact they're both a collaborative. Like the older god is not more powerful than the younger brother god. They're both collaborative. It's as if Athens and Sparta were a collaborative society instead of rivals. And obviously Ben, even to myself, he hasn't really revealed too much because I tell him just to tell me enough to where if I have to emergency pitch this, I can do it. Because I love the story so much, and he's told me so much about it that I told him, like, don't give me like the Nat's ass details about things because I wanted it to be a surprise for myself. But obviously, since my boy's in Colombia, where the internet is like third world country.
They're busy doing other things in Bogota.
Yeah. Colombia is very, very advanced. It's just for some reason the internet infrastructure there is not the best. So
their advances are another thing.
Well, yeah, but that's like that's the same problem that you run into in England. Is like, yeah, they're not a third world country, but they kind of almost are in the way that some of their stuff works. Their internet is horrible 90% of the time.
Yeah,
and their dentistry.
So, it's pretty much what like the basis of Rokan is. What I also find interesting about it is I think a lot of like D&D fans and people that play all these type of card games would be really interested in this type of story, just because the amount of lore. There's so many levels to the lore that he's made for this that like somebody who's like maybe I call them the normies. A normie would love it because it's simple enough to where they can get the story at its wave tops. But for those people that really want to dive into the lore and the complexity of these societies, the magic itself, the different type of cultures within each society, it's like you can go like Ben has thought almost like of everything, and it's so well put together that he was able to create this type of like society that like it's not completely original, but like there's tons of originality put into it.
I know it seems like I'm doing other things. I'm getting lost staring at the artwork, especially this turtle.
The art's so amazing. It's memorizing.
Sai is forgetting to scroll because normally Sai is watching the chat and I'm the one scrolling, but this hat makes that not a possibility today. Like everything about this stream is not what it would normally be, which I find hilarious.
It's like Bizarro stream.
Right, Ollie in the chat says the artwork is gorgeous. Woodrow said, "Did he just call D&D a card game?" Woodrow,
No,
stand down.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to say like D&D and card games. I'm sorry about that.
See, what about says this would make a really nice tabletop game? It's really exciting looking. It's everything just seems every single page seems really striking. And the fact that all of this is like traditionally painted for the entirety of a book is insane. How many pages was this again?
I believe he's doing 24 on this one. They and that was another thing within like they had to decide really whether they wanted to make it a series or make it just a huge graphic novel. And Ben's a huge fan of like of like making issues over a graphic novel. We've talked about this in other channels. How we love graphic novels and we love issues as well. But I felt like when it comes to the amount of time it takes and trying to get your story out there, if you can find a work ethic to create issues, then you won't lose that momentum. Also, it kind of keeps people craving for more. It's one of the reasons why I was a huge fan of bi-weekly and monthly month-to-month comic issues, because there's always like something to talk about in the in-between. Also, it's a driving force to let you change the story here and there as your fan base you start realizing that your fan base is more interested in a certain aspect of your story. Then you're like, all right, I think I want to bolster up this part of the story more than I originally had intended to, because the fans really like this more than what I had in mind.
Ben says you're like Tom Holland to Tier 1 Comics. If I tell him the whole story, he'll spoil it.
That's why Ben like keeps me in the dark with a lot of stuff, because this happened. I don't know. This happened before. I'm pretty sure something like this has happened before.
That's so funny. So we also have Apex Comics who said Red Valkyrie really helped my profitability exposure, and they're hospitable. Thank you, Shae, Sai, in the chat. Glad that we were able to help you out so much, sir. You did a fine comic, and hopefully we can do the same for Rokan. I'd like to see this get a lot more. Like, there's so many of these pages I stare at and I'm like, I don't even know exactly what I'm looking at. Like, I know that it's pretty and I can tell what the characters are, but like this guy right here, this is the guy that had the big hat that I would have cosplayed if my stuff didn't suck. But then I was like, but he doesn't have a face.
Oh, so that's Rokan right there. Man, see, I don't know how much Ben would give
Nice Sai.
I had to. Everyone
left out. Oh yeah, Ben tried. We tried so hard, just long enough to add him to the chat to have him drop again. So you know,
was he trying to get back on?
Yeah, it seemed like it. Yeah. But the second we added him, he dropped back out. So
I love this variant cover.
Yes.
By Preston.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I remember when Ben revealed that to me, I was like, "How in the world did you get Preston to do that?"
Preston always does great.
Oh, he's awesome. That's amazing artwork. And like you said too, it's like I think Preston likes Max's artwork a lot, and Max and him were geeking it out about doing traditional art, and like they both have dabble with the digital side of things, but like just hearing their conversation about using traditional art, what it does for them as an artist is just like, I'm like, I get it. If I was able to do traditional art that well, I would just not waste my time trying too hard to go fully digital when I can create things like that.
Yeah.
So I had a question from earlier. Ben seemed to indicate that there was going to be a love interest. Is it in fact the camel or the turtle?
Oh my gosh!
If you see, there's some Easter eggs in the back. There's actually a llama. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's not gonna be
terrible.
So Ben's talked about a love interest to me, but that's one of the things he just didn't go into detail with me. Probably for reasons, because I'd probably be running my mouth about the love interest right now.
Look, Shae would have sold like significant portions of her appendages to be able to know that there was a girl in this comic
female character.
You know what? You probably would have been able to get out of Ben more than me, because Ben would have known, like, if you're trying to do a cosplay for it, he'd be like, "Oh hell yeah, here's all the deets," and I'd just be left in the dark. I'd be
Oh
like,
my
"That's cool, you told
gosh.
Shae about everything, but I guess I'll have to wait till the issue comes out. I guess. I mean, it's cool."
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Llama face.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so everyone's saying we're still happy that you were able to come around the comic books epic. Definitely going to see Going Into the Ages as one of the best. I think that this is probably one of the most unique that we've seen. And it seems like it has a really, really interesting storyline. So North Free actually is asking, so he says Athens and Sparta combined, neat. Is there a Persian Empire protagonist substitute?
Oh, funny you say. So I'm not gonna promote my comic as much because right now it's all about Ben's comic right now.
Yes.
But me and Ben, so my comic book, my title, the Indiegogo campaign that I launched a while back was about a Persian immortal, and he was the protagonist in the story. And he still is, and he will be for the next 5 issues. Me and Ben have been working a crossover for the two to meet in a way. Man, I don't know how much Ben wants to give away about like what Rokan's like powers actually are and the way he operates, because it's the way that my Persian protagonist is gonna cross over with his. So yes, there will be a Persian protagonist, but it's coming off of my writing, and then
very cool.
Ben is actually, because Ben is such a phenomenal writer. Like he's like, I tell him like my shadow editor, because I have my editor, me and my buddy JC. But I'll run things through Ben just because he's read so many comic books and he understands writing. I'll send it to him and he'll like change some of the stuff around. So when he came to me with the idea of having Rokan crossover with the Immortal Asadi, the Persian protagonist in my story, I was like, bro, like, how about you go ahead, man, because you got a good hold on this. You write it up, and like I'll throw my ideas here and there, but I'll definitely have you lead on the story writing for it. So Ben's going to be in charge of. He's going to be heading that writing effort for the crossover.
Oh, that's awesome. That is really cool. Ben says the spoiler is Asadi becomes Roman. I'm assuming Rokan's love interest, and he goes, plot twist. No. don't do that to us, Ben. Don't do that. All right, so are you comfortable enough to go over his tiers?
All right, if we could just like click on him and then like, cause I've heard him explain it plenty of times. But we can just go by tier, and I'll just like let you know what he had in mind in there. So yeah, we'll start with the first tier. Let me, because I actually have a window open for it. All right, you guys have it up there too. So yeah, so I think this is like the best bang for your buck. It's like the $45. You have like your everything plus OG signed. So he has like the Preston variant cover that you guys saw, also with the cover that they're using for Rokan, and plus you get the digital copy of issue 1. Shit. So you're getting like the digital copy, you're getting the Preston variant cover, and you're getting the standard physical cover. Like to me, it's like, and then you're getting an original signed sketch by Max. Max, yeah, like I would,
and a signed print.
Yeah, that's a pretty sick. Like that's my favorite perk there, just because of the signed print by Max.
Yeah, that's insanity. Good help.
Okay. And you get like both, like I was torn when they were first starting this, when they were putting together the Indiegogo page, and I was like, man, like I don't know which, like I'm gonna have to buy them all. But then he made a cool little perk there like that.
And where are you, man? Come on.
Oh well, I made a generous donation, and then we're gonna hook it up on the tail end.
All right. Then we have a digital copy of issue 1 for $5, which I think is rather reasonable. Very reasonable.
Economical. For those tight asses.
Right?
There's the standard physical comic book.
And this is the standard cover, not the variant.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Standard.
And there's the variant.
$5 more. That's not bad. Not bad.
Jesus, even, I'm just going to point this out. I'm going back real quick. Okay. This is $10. This is $15. So you're up to $25. You add this in for $5. You're up to $30. So the signed print and the original sketch is getting valued at $15. You guys in the chat would be stupid not to cash in on this.
And actually, like, I believe, here I think it's why it says zero claimed as well, because like a bunch when he first started, he went ahead and like launched his campaign. He got like super excited and launched it, and there were some things we needed to fix with it, so he had to hide that perk, and then like a bunch of people had already claimed it, so there's like a lot
At
of
like
shadow.
$35, and he's like, "Shit, I'm losing money."
Yeah, so there's like a lot of shadow claimers in there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, shadow backers is what
I
we
love
call
seeing
them.
campaigns like that. They're at like $8,000, and you see like three perks claimed,
Yeah,
and you're like, "What the fuck?"
he had to go back there and fix it.
I like how Ben says, just read the tiers. They're straightforward.
Yeah. Me and Ben went back and forth with just like trying to figure out if like Ben's like, all right, Dell, does this make sense? I'm like, yeah, it does.
I think Neff appreciates my sales pitch. Don't be a moron. Buy the biggest one.
It's fair. Don't be dumb. That's a really good value.
All
right,
so
scroll down.
Preston for 15, and then
Signed standard copy.
is this signed by Max?
Okay,
Why
so
don't you
I wanted.
click on it?
Yeah. So I believe so. It depends on where you ship. So they're going through mix and printing, right? So they have like the U because Max is over in the UK and Ben's over. He's like pretty much. He's in Colombia, but he's based out of Florida. He'll be in Florida when he's doing the whole fulfillment process and all that stuff because I don't think he trusts Colombian postage, especially ordering bulk comic books.
You might get little plastic baggies of extra. That's
Yeah. I love it.
It's Bogota. Don't worry about it.
So it's so funny because we like our group jokes on him all the time about that, and it's just he's learned to play along. Well, he's always played along with it, but yeah, if you're in the U.S. side of things, you're gonna get it signed by the author, and then over the UK, it's signed by Max.
Eric McIntyre, what's the book about, basically?
Well, no. The first one is he came in and said, "What's this?" Eric, it's in the title of the stream, bruh.
And then it's what's the story about? It's almost like you could scroll back, start it at the beginning, skip the first 10 minutes of
start
pain,
about 7 minutes in.
and then watch the rest, catch up at double speed, and you'll be with us all.
I'm not gonna lie. Back when I started,
Antoine.
Back when I started researching like Comicsgate and all the lives and everything that was available, like I was the same person kind of going there like, can I go back in these live things or like trying to figure out what everybody's talking about?
But I don't wanna. Stop clicking.
Eric.
Just play with your hat.
There's always an Eric in every stream.
Fine. I won't touch anything.
Oh, okay, you can touch now.
Yeah, sure. All right, let's keep going through.
Signed copy. Okay, so if you're in the U.S.,
it'll be signed by Ben. If you're in the UK, you're gonna get it signed by Max.
And anywhere else is Ben. Gotcha. Signed copy.
With a poster. Click on them. Why don't you click on them to expand them?
Yeah, it's a A4 size print.
So you get your choice. You can either get the standard. Yeah.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
I was trying to read the fucking text that you scrolled past.
For fuck's sake.
You know what? That's it. All right. You got the stream side. Ready to go.
You can't read that?
I could, but you kept scrolling every time I tried to.
I'm just hands off. Okay.
So cover A, so you can get the standard cover. You can get brutal Rokan print, which I'm assuming that's him holding the head, the bloody head.
Yes, that's him. That's Rokan. That's him in his final form.
Final form. You can get the Preston Acevedo variant cover. Or you can get Skull Crush by Max. That is still a work in progress.
Yeah, so he's as you see, he's got the ink and he's gonna do the colors because he has to paint all this.
That looks wicked.
Yeah. So like, just to show you like how much of a like, I would say hard worker Max is, like that turtle sketch or the turtle painting, because it's a sketch and painting. While he was painting, he was almost done with it and he had spilled coffee like all over it. And when he tried to salvage and pick it up, like all the brushes, everything just fell through the painting. And so he had to do that whole thing all over again.
Oh.
So yeah.
That is horrid.
But once Max gets into his like groove of things, man, that guy like he works pretty fast. But like you can tell just by looking at the art and the painting that he goes in.
No kidding. Eric McIntyre has a question. He says, is the poster folded or rolled?
If it's like the A4 size print, they actually fit in Gemini mailers, so it'll be mailed in through with your comic.
So it'll be a flat
A4
pack.
is 8 1/4 by 11 3/4.
Yep.
Just to let you know.
So the one thing that I will say is since that is a little bit larger than a comic book, than a standard comic book,
It is.
something to keep in mind, and this is mostly for Ben, still get some kind of a board for it, because when you don't, I actually have it right over here.
I know. I already know what you're gonna say, Shay.
Yeah,
The corners get sewed in.
They go jacked up. Yeah.
To my most favorite, the whole reason I wanted to back this was to get this print, and this is how I got it.
Yeah, it's folded over at the
Yeah.
edges.
So that's because I don't know like how that person did they use a Gemini folder? I mean
They
Gemini
use
mailer.
a Gemini mailer, but they set the Gemini to the size of the comic, not the size.
See, and that's where you're going. So Ben's kind of like on my tail, and this is how me and Ben's relationship started. Was he kind of saw what I was doing and everything. I reached out to so many people. I even reached out to you in the beginning about it, and you were the one that told me about like I was that other veteran. I was like, hey, like what things do I need to like before I start my campaign? You're like, hey, get a mailing list, get this done. That way, when you shoot off the cuff, you got all these people ready to. You're ready to put out in the ether that to people that are listening that you got a book out. And so Ben was pretty much going behind me, like seeing everything I was doing, even with the fulfillment process. So I successfully did my fulfillment. And my biggest thing was like making sure my A4 size print didn't get jacked up in the mail. So I went ahead and did a test run with one of my Gemini mailers, and it came out good. I did an international test, worked out well. So there's a specific way I packed it. Ben's going to try to do the same, and he'll probably make it better than mine. But all my prints came out in like mint condition to all of my backers, and I had about like 150 people that I sent it out to. Worst
case worst, go to Phoenix, get them all done in metal. They won't bend at all.
Yeah, but like it's like you said, you gotta because the comic book is smaller than the print size. Then you got to make sure that you're able to like fasten down the comics, so that way it's not, because then you're gonna mess up the. So we thought about everything, and I believe Ben's gonna do better than me, and ours straight up came out good. But yeah, Shae, that's happened to me. I've backed like 4 different books, and that's happened to me.
It's so upsetting.
It's so bent. I'm like, and
it's always the one that you wanted.
Really want. Yeah, that like sold you on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Apex wants to know, and since Ben is in the chat, he can probably answer this. Will you have an Ashcan book on your next campaign? And Ben just came back and said, boards for everything. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Ben's looked at what how like I done my stuff. He's probably gonna like I said, he'll probably make it better. Mine did pretty well. But I think there's still room for improvement and everything. But it like, it was my first campaign, and honestly, like I have to give credit to some of the guys that have done it before me. I really like and this is what's really cool about Ben is like actively seeking what other people are doing with their campaigns up to the fulfillment process, which is pretty awesome, because a lot of people get so psyched up about creating the product and never about fulfillment. And then when it comes to fulfillment, it takes them forever to do it because they're doing all the research for fulfillment after they got all the books. It's like, I got all the books, but wait 7 months so I can figure out how to send it to you. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. Scroll Let's finish.
I'm already on the right one.
Huh?
We went over the print with the regular. This is the print with the variant.
This is the print. We just did this.
For fuck's sake. Never mind.
Okay, then you do it. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Listen to a word I just said. We just did the print with the regular cover. Now here's the print with the variant for $5 more. Okay. I'm gonna get punched. That's what that typing is. That's the typing punch is coming. Okay.
sounds like a combo.
It is. Or I'm getting booted from the stream. One of the two. You're fine, Shae.
Is Shae? Oh, I thought Shae was frozen for a second.
It's not going well on my end. Everything is coming through robots. So fucking go without me.
One of each plus digital.
There you go. I think straight up says how it is. But yeah, same thing with the signature going from the UK or coming from or going to address in the US. Signature wise, like the writer's going to be signing all the USA copies, and Max will be signing the UK copies.
Yep, and it's right there in the description, guys. If you forget in the middle of your backing. So this is both plus the digital for $35, and then everything plus.
Oh, he added an OG painting. I always say OG because I like saying OG, but original. But yeah, he added. All right, I didn't. That's pretty cool. He added the. I didn't see it there before.
I am confused,
Yeah,
but okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I moved ahead because I got a second screen here where I'm looking at the so I can read it.
Okay, let's just go to the $400 tier.
And yeah, this is like the actual painting, like straight from with the brush strokes and everything. And somebody asked earlier too. Oh no, because it was about the print. I'm pretty sure. I haven't talked to Ben yet about how he's gonna do the shipping for these, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna have it rolled, and because I mean that would be the only way you would want to send these.
I think Shae might have fast rebooted. Maybe. Hi.
So if you're sharing screen, I can't see anything. That's the problem I'm running into. And Dell's basically frozen.
Oh no, I'm
really?
frozen?
For me. Just for me. That's what I'm getting at. Like I can't see the screen and everything. So I might have to pop out.
It could be sometimes when you have like a second screen or something like that, it does that.
This has been an issue apparently with StreamYard lately, according to Nefarious. He's saying he's complaining about a few of his streams being laggy with the developers. They said that they're trying to improve the quality.
Oh wow! Probably the number of people that are using it now.
Really glad we pay for the highest tier of StreamYards, $50 a month, so that we're actually coming through in full HD. For them to turn around and do this, full HD doesn't do you any good if you can't see or hear.
Wow.
Yeah. So the $400 is the full painting.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna reboot.
Okay. And a digital copy and the regular book, and then a Preston Acevedo painted piece. Holy shit.
Yep, with the digital and the variant copy.
Wow. And then Space Turtle already sold.
Yeah, Space Turtle's gone.
Awesome, awesome. I'm going to scroll back to the top and I'm going to refresh for funsies. Wow, he did get some backing.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm really excited to people just see like the writing and the story behind this. It's just like I'm very critical towards like writing because I feel like that's what's really gonna make something last. Like I love art. It's the reason why I like comic books over novels. Just because of the whole, I just like getting lost in especially using like with physical copies, right? And but the thing is that like when it comes to a lot of books or physical what do you call that comic books, sometimes the art is just like the eye candy and you're just in it for the art. And I'm a fan of a lot of books that have a sucky story, but I love the art, so I don't care. Like I'm literally in there for the art. I could care less. It's kind of like I'm a huge 80s action film fanatic, and like the acting sucks, but it's just like the humorous of it and the explosions and the overtopness. Like that's why I watch action movies. And that's why I'm a big fan of action movies. I really could care less if the script was well thought out. You know what I mean? There's other movies for that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so for me, I'm the same way with comic books. Like I have like my comic books that I buy because like, dude, I could care less what the story is like, man. To me, it's all about the art because it's just amazing, and it pops out and I let my imagination run wild. But once in a while, though, when you run across that one book that has just an amazing storyline and story and characters, and the art is just fucking phenomenal, you're just like, dude, I can, like, you just become a hardcore fan of it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where like I honestly feel Ben's created something, a unit, like a world where you could just like nerd out to it and go layers deep.
That's so awesome. Yeah, like you were saying, that you can, if you're just, reading it on the surface level, you're basically going to get out of it however deep you want to go, because he has thought about those things.
Yeah, and Ben has he has a lot of stuff in the works too. For like like a card game and all this. I've seen him I've been in the chats with him and his vision and what he wants to do with it. But it's really cool to see how much restraint he's put on that and into concentrating on finishing, making sure he gets his initial product done and out there. But it's cool to see that visionary mindset that he has for his story and what he wants it to become.
Awesome. Yeah, we're just waiting on my much more talkative co-host to return. Let's see. What is? Yeah, it's all StreamYards.
Not Ben, it's all you, man. I'm sorry, homie. Like, it's happening. This guy. Yeah, he's been hopping on his using his phone, and his phone had like zero lag. And as far as his laptop goes, like, I mean, I think he just needs to get a new laptop. And but even then, sometimes your laptop, if StreamYard's having a problem, if Shae's having the issue, that's what's been happening a lot with our streams as well. We've been having lag issues. I always thought it was because we had like 4 or 5 guests in at the same time.
No, we had 10 last night and it did fine. But
yeah, I see some streams where there's like the whole screen is full and no problem. So no, I'm always very like I work with computers and networks, so like I'm always wary of these internet companies that promise you like the highest form of upload speed, and then you check your upload speed and you're like, this is just as bad as like below standard. And they're like, oh yeah, your neighborhood has a bunch of gamers. We had to decrease the amount of speed you get. I'm like,
we
what?
throttled you.
How's that? Yeah. How's that my fault? Like.
Hi guys.
Hi Shae.
Ben's like, I just now noticed this. Awesome. Okay.
I'm styling. Shae styling. Hi Shae.
Hi, where are we?
We finished with the tiers.
Oh, okay. So okay then. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you already asked the chat for their final questions.
I asked the chat about 5 minutes ago to keep the questions coming, and they kind of petered out.
Well, then I guess it's as good a place as any to start wrapping up. Is there any last little tidbits? Wait. What are we waiting for? Oh, what is happening?
I'm holding my breath. Shae, I sent you money.
Trees, dinosaurs, and whatever number 3 was. Okay.
Why don't you actually ask that to the creator that's in the chat? Just saying.
I was going to say that the creator is in the chat. You know what? We're going to ask Dal. He's going to tell us. So, okay.
No, there's no ash can.
Apex is asking about the ash can. Is there going to be an ash can for book 2? Again, I don't know. I don't know if you know.
No, I don't.
Yeah, Ben's in the chat, so Ben, who is in the chat, can answer in the chat.
Ben's gonna read it 3 minutes from now.
I know, right? You guys might get an answer. All right, so we'll roll with you because we don't have Ben here. But if you know what, let's do it this way. If if Ben were a tree, what tree
What
do you
tree
think
would
he'd
you
be?
make him? Yeah.
What tree would I make Ben? Oh man,
Yeah.
I'd have to say. It's funny, like I would say he's kind of like a evergreen.
Oh, yeah.
I would say like a pine tree,
Like,
just because
unchanging.
because like because no, he's just always like on the just recently he was like sick, like just sick as shit. And
Oh my
he was
God.
just, like he was
I
like
just opened a bang and I regret life.
yeah, and so he's been, but the thing is, like, his motivation level is like not stopped. He's like the
Yeah.
same, so he's always like on the green. You know what I mean? And he'll apologize for it. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like, guys, like, I was really sick the past few weeks, so I haven't really been like delivering as much." I'm like, "Bro, you've been putting out this whole time, like." And it's cool to see somebody that just has that constant drive. It's insane. So like, I would compare him to like a pine tree where it's like it's green all year round, even if it's like. If it's like ridiculously hot, ridiculously cold, like he's always green.
Never stops.
But with that being said, there's tons of pine needles everywhere too. This guy's got so many ideas.
Nice. Look at you, fully thought out.
Like, then the pine cones drop, and you got to tell him to let it go.
God,
but
it's
he's really good with that because he tells it. He makes this metaphor about killing your baby, right? Where it's like you have this great idea and you don't want to let it go, and you just gotta kill your baby, man. Like when you think it's like the highlight of
That's
your story.
getting clipped.
And then I'm sorry. I really should have asked what the rules were. Of like,
You're fine.
You're
This is for
fine.
your safety, not ours. You're good.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I've said worse things, like so. Like, if you take it out of context. I've given up on that.
Oh my
like,
God! Shut
no
up,
one's safe
Neff.
on the internet. But yeah,
Okay, so if he were a dinosaur, what dinosaur do you think he'd be?
dinosaur. I would say a velociraptor. Just because like out of all the dinosaurs, you know, when you see like T-Rex, he's like the highlight of being like the apex predator in all these dinosaur movies, Jurassic Park notably. And it's always like he shows up whenever, and then he kind of just gives up whenever somebody's able to hide away and stuff. But like the raptors in Jurassic Park were just like relentless, like hungry. And then they would travel in packs. Ben is one of those, like, he's like a pack animal. He likes to find other people that have just as much drive as him, and then he's even gotten me involved in groups that have as much drive as him, and it's just like contagious. And I feel like we're a bunch of like pack of raptors just taking the industry out and
Taking it down.
Yeah, taking it down, man. He's a velociraptor without the feathers, because the ones without the feathers are cooler. I don't care if they did have feathers or not. It's like,
Oh goodness. Okay, so for everyone who's asking about ash cans, no, because if he does ash cans, that will get in the way of him doing issues, and he wants to keep pumping out issues. So there's your answer. You ain't getting ash cans. You're getting issues that are going to be frequent. So boom. All right, and then what is the best pizza topping, and why is it pepperoni?
oh, is this like the person made a statement that pepperoni is the best pizza topping?
Yes. This
Hell
is
yeah.
this is
Who was
literally
that?
the format of the question. I don't know.
Frog
Everyone
G.
asks it now.
Yo,
Frog
that's
G is
what's
the
up.
one who started it.
Me and you just connected like on another level, because like I for the life of me, I don't know why we get cheese pizza. Like it's like
Back to the raptor. So Ben's a clever girl.
Oh goodness.
yeah, pepperoni is the best. I don't know. That's just me. Pepperoni pizza staple. Know what I mean?
Pepperoni pizza is,
Yeah.
is
It's the
pretty
staple of pizza.
fucking awesome.
Like all through high school. So my high school was very cutting edge. I'm not going to say how old I was. So we got Domino's to come in, and all they'd sell was cheese pizza or pepperoni pizza and breadsticks. And so throughout my high school career, from that point on, it was always a slice or two of pepperoni and a thing of breadsticks. So fuck yeah. Pepperoni.
And if you showed up late, my school did the same. If you showed up late, man, all the pepperoni's gone. You were just left with cheese pizza. So I despise cheese pizza
I mean,
because it costs the same. It costs the same as
Yeah.
pepperoni, and I'm like, it should be cheaper because you have less food on it. You know
It's
what I mean?
plain. And not only that, but it had to sit there until someone was desperate enough to buy it. So then it's colder.
That should be like the first tier, and then your second tier is like pizza
Yeah.
with toppings. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like add-ons.
I like how Ben says Dell's answering all of these couples questions correctly.
We match.
That's how you know you talk so much to each other that you
Oh
just-
man, constantly.
All right. Well, I would very much like to thank Del for stepping in and carrying the show in Ben's stead. And yeah, Ben's saying he even had Evergreen and Velociraptor. So you. Oh my gosh, ridiculous.
You complete me.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes, Johnny Cage, we are.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I like it. Yeah,
Oh my
okay,
God.
I like that.
No,
Yeah,
you do not. Oh my God.
You just save it for a little later. You put the cheese pizza in your pocket. When you get back to your locker, you just throw the pepperonis on it.
Oh my God. You do not store a pork product in your non-climate controlled locker. What's the matter with you? Botulism.
Thank you so much, Del, for coming out.
Thanks for having
And
me.
thank you everyone in the chat for hanging out with us and for backing and being as supportive as you have been, and of course asking Ben the hard questions that he will get to 5 minutes later because his internet is terrible.
Doesn't
You
that
guys
mean
are
we have to
amazing.
sit here silently?
No,
5
it means
minutes
that we're
and wait?
rapping. Do you not understand what rapping sounds like?
Nope. Yo,
Thank you guys so much for hanging out and have a wonderful, wonderful night. We'll see you later.